What's going on, everybody? This is Cole from Get Willow Lights. So as I'm sure you've already seen, I did a behind the scenes tour of everything on the ground. All those lights, they are all now down with the exception of the trees, which I don't want to take down. It was a lot of work. Anyways, so I'm up on the roof now working on getting all this taken down. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a quick video showing y'all how I did this. Start with the windows here. Nothing special. Just a red and a white strand zip tied together. I plug them in together, just, you know, candy cane color. And then over there I have green and white. I've always done that, and now I've gotten to the point where I control each window individually, which is nice. And I guess you can see here too, I don't have them up, but I had the wreaths on each of these windows here. And all I did was, I have these two screws here. I just took metal wire, I wrapped it around the screw, brought it down around the wreath, back up, and wrapped it back around the screw, and they did not move at all this year, which was great. And I do the same thing right over here. You can see screw there and there. So nothing too special there. And then I had the extension cords for those. They'd start at this wreath, come down, stop at this wreath, go all the way down and drop down to where I had the big 3.5 foot wreath there. So that was kind of a pain, but other than that, it was not too bad. And then, as I mentioned, but you couldn't really see them in the video, I use the C9 lights here for this ridge line all the way around here and up top, which I'll show you in just a sec. But these are custom cut with the exception of the multicolor. The multicolor is just like the Walmart 25 count strands. So they're not perfect. Their spacing is different than the C9 bulk wire. I think the C9 bulk wire is 12 inches. These are something around maybe 9 or 8 or something. So they don't match up perfect, but if you're not looking for it, you don't really notice. And those are gonna go away next year anyways. So it doesn't matter, they're gonna get switched to green with the C9 bulk wire, so they'll all be even matched up. Anyways, so I have the female here. I go all the way around, just light clip every once in a while here, all the way across to here, where I have all 4 plugs that run up to the box that usually is sitting right there. It's real easy to put up and take down just because they're all zip tied together. Sometimes they get a little tangled, but they stay together. They go out real easy and real nice, and they look real clean when they're all lit up at night. And then for the edges of the roof, all the way around and here, these are all the just normal mini lights. So down here, well, actually on both top and bottom, they're red, white, blue, and multi. And down here, I use the, let me zoom in a little here. The red and the white are the commercial grade strands, which doesn't make a huge difference. They're a little bit brighter, and the bulb spacing is actually wider than the normal Walmart strands, which is what the blue and the multicolor are. Actually here, the multicolor are the GE brand ones. I use the GE brands were actually the first lights I ever bought when I started doing the light show. I used to line the yard back and forth with them. But as the leaves fall out of these trees, they fall down, you can't see them anyways. So when I started doing this, they came up here, and they're bright, they're bold, they look great, and knock on wood, none of them have gone out in the 7-ish years that I've had them. So they're gonna come off the house next year. Like I said, I'm replacing them, the multicolor with green, so I'll have red, white, blue, and green. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do with those, but I'm sure I'll find a place for them. I always seem to. Moving on, actually, go ahead and do the big deal that I have here, the lights going up and down all across the roof in the house. This is a pain. It really is, but I only do it because it looks fantastic at night and everyone else likes it. So what I do is, when I first did it, I measured out from edge of house the edge of the house, divided it by 6 because that's how many channels I used for it. And I divided that number by 6 and got roughly 14 inches ish, give or take. It kind of gets changed every year because I forget the measurement. But all I do is I clip here, run it up the roof there, and I've actually already undone all of those. But I can show you up top here. This part is the same, with the only difference is I clip here, and then I come up and I clip directly under the roof. So I clip it there, and I clip it right there. And then coming up to the second story roof here, I clip them up here on these shingles. And you'll notice I use just little binder clips, which work fantastic. They don't go anywhere. They hold very well. They're just a little, I think they're the size up from the smallest ones you can buy. And I have them all around here, and then I use them up over there as well. And I've never had any issues with them. This year I actually had to buy a new set of them after 3 years because some of them rusted out, which isn't a big deal because it's a very cheap option to do the lights with. So yeah, and then I have the C9s going up here, and then the mini lights going along up top and then down here. And people always say when you're doing light shows like this, you want to be conscious of where your controller boxes are going to be and where your plugs are going to be. So my box for these lights, I look like I'm 20 feet tall. Anyway, I stick the box for these lights right under this little ridge in the roof here. So with these, if I were to put the male end there or there, they'd be longer runs. So what I did was, when I made all these strands, I started female end and female end and had the male ends meet in the middle, so it's a shorter run because I know the box is going to be right around here where all those cords are kind of piled up right there. I just screw it into the trim board. But yeah, so again, real easy to put up and take down every year. They do end up being like huge and take up an entire tote of just the mini lights themselves, just because of how big the 4 strands zip tied together is. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. You can see all the extension cords here and kind of the aftermath of Christmas, everything all messed up and gone. But yeah, other than that, that should be it. If you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments, and I will reply to them as quickly as I can. Don't have much else to do. So see y'all next time. Thank you.